Hi, I'm Shauna, this is Shauna's World. Welcome back to my channel where I make videos about living well. So to me, a big part of living well is about living adventurously and getting out of your comfort zone and kind of pushing your edges a little bit. So that's why at the moment I'm through hiking the Israel National Trail, around 1,000 kilometers from the north of Israel down to Eilat in the south. I am well over halfway through my trip and have started the desert part of the hike, and I'm going to show you another day in the life on the trail. Last night I was camping out on the banks of the Dead Sea and it was so beautiful. Went for a dip yesterday for the second time after coming on my rest day to swim, and I'm currently camped with a big group of Israeli people who are also hiking the trail, so it's been nice to have a bit of atmosphere and connect with some souls doing the same adventure. Okay, I've headed off. A lot of the other group who are camped there have head off as well, but I just found out they're not going to the same camp as me tonight. I'm the only one heading there. I'm going about 20 kilometers today, and most of them are doing only 10 kilometers and then pausing for the Shabbat, or for people not observing the Shabbat, they're just doing a shorter day. So yeah, I better get a wriggle on. I didn't get out till 8 o'clock. I used to get out so early at the start of the trail, but I am not doing that. I was just chatting to one of the Israeli guys who was camped by me, and he was planning to carry on actually to Amiaz's night camp where I'm going tonight, and he said it might not be safe to hike because of flood warnings. So I'd looked on the meteorological website, which I thought was the most accurate and up to date, and that had said in this area it's not a risk of flash floods, but he said the Israeli National Park and Rangers said that there is a risk. Now, flash flooding is a huge risk in the desert. It's the biggest killer, and it's basically the wadis, which are the dried up streams, will suddenly fill and start flowing really fast, and sometimes you're walking in terrains that kind of, you have two sheer walls either side of you, and water can flow in from the top and just drown you, and apparently it doesn't even need to be raining where you are to be a risk of flash floods to you. You know, it can be the runoff from somewhere else. So it's a huge thing and something that has to be taken very, very seriously. So I'm gonna keep up to date with what the weather is saying, what the warnings are saying, and it is looking like he said there's gonna be flash flood warnings a couple of other days this week. I will be so gutted if I can't do this stretch. This is kind of what I was most looking forward to. I should have allowed myself more time for this, but you can only do what you can do. You have to expect the unexpected. All of those cliches are true, so I just have to work with what I've got. So this morning's walk isn't so beautiful. It's along a road, which is a shame because I didn't really know what it was going to be like. And yesterday was so beautiful through mountains and desert, and I wasn't vlogging. And today I'm vlogging, and it's road. That's okay. Yeah, I just can't help feeling quite grumpy at the moment, not knowing what's going to happen with the flash flood warnings, feeling like it's a decision I have to make on my own, and I would like to have people to bounce off of, people I trust. And you know, in some ways I absolutely love doing the trail on my own and that I can engage with other people when I meet them, but really I'm responsible for myself, and I can take myself off when I need solitude, which is actually quite a lot of the time. But actually for making decisions and figuring out safety, it can be really hard doing it solo. I don't know the best thing to do. I'm going to keep an eye on the warnings, maybe connect with, there are some trail WhatsApp groups, and they're generally all in Hebrew, but people do respond to the English. And yeah, I just have to be really responsible and not do anything that's going to put me at risk. And I think, you know, even if I do have to miss another section or bits of the section, if if I never walked another step of this trail, I'd be so grateful for the experience I've had. I've had the best time, I've learned so much. So I'm trying not to kind of get too grumpy about the fact that it's not going to plan, because, you know, this is still the adventure of a lifetime. There's more adventure to come, but even if it doesn't work out perfectly, I've had such a good time. So giving myself a hard time or just getting down because it's not going to plan isn't going to help anybody, and I am grateful for having every little bit of this experience, however it unfolds. Just as I was being all grumpy and feeling sorry for myself, this guy, I chatted to him in the street a while back, and he was blown away by what I was doing. He was looking for directions, and then we got chatting and I was telling him about the trail, and his English wasn't perfect, it was quite good, but he kept just saying, "With your legs, only your legs," when I was telling him about the trail. But he's just pulled over in a car and given me some water, which is really sweet. I'm not, you know, a fan of the single-use plastic, and I do have enough water, but the gesture is so, so lovely, and that is what we focus on, right? Okay, I'm off the road and into the desert, but this, yeah, I kind of have to go around this fence. This feels a bit like I'm not supposed to be here, but there's a trail marking there. Okay, I see trail markings down there, but it looks very steep to get down. Oh, I'm not even going down the hill yet and I'm already slipping. This is quite slippy sand, like you sink into it a bit. I don't know if this is the best way or if I'm on the path, but I will just do my best. Okay, I think we got this. Right. Yeah. Okay, I'm pleased with that. I don't know if that was even the right way. It seemed very steep to be taking us down, but this is the correct path. Oh, maybe that was a better path there. I don't know. I do that a lot, where I kind of deviate from the official path, walk through. In the north, I was just walking through big thickets and bushes and brambles, and then realizing there was a perfectly nice path about 15 meters away, parallel with where I'd been walking in the bushes. I've seen on the elevation map that there's a big and acute incline coming up. It's just like up, down, very soon. And I wonder if it's just getting over this road. Maybe it's a lot higher. It probably looked a lot higher than that on the map. There's a motorway just over there that I'll have to cross, and that's up a big hill, but I think it's maybe the mountain beyond that. The app said this is an easy day, so hopefully it will be manageable enough. Here we have a tunnel. Oh. This feels ominous. Okay, I can still hear the road big time, but when I look ahead of me, all I see is wild desert mountains, and it's beautiful. It's really beautiful here, but I can't help being a bit paranoid because this little passage I'm walking through now is exactly the kind of place you have to not walk through when there's flash flood warnings. I don't think they are for now, and the site I checked was fine, but yeah, just super aware of it. Well, I can well and truly not hear the road now, and I'm just surrounded by beautiful desert, 360 degrees, and there's no one else here. I just feeling the solitude and the aloneness, but in a good way. Like, I have this all to myself. I feel very, very lucky. It's unbelievable how slow going it is when you're going up all these rocks and climbing and clambering. You know, I felt like I'd covered a good bit of distance, or at least, you know, I'd been on this bit for a while, so I figured I must. And I covered about 200 meters since I last looked at my watch. sometimes you have to scope across for a better place to climb up. I mean, I couldn't get up there, but I looked over and this bit here is a bit more climbable. Well, at least it should be. It's not seeming to end. Okay, this is getting quite wearing, and I think I have quite a long way to go of this terrain. Yeah, I planned 20 kilometers today, but if it's like this for a long time, that might be impossible, especially because I set out a bit late. I'll just have to do my best, see what happens. But it's reminding me of the north. There was a lot of this kind of terrain in the north and we haven't had it for a while. The thing is, it's the most beautiful thing, but just really, really grueling on the body. Okay, I've come to a little wall that I have to climb up, just to there, and I cannot for the life of me work out how to do it. It's kind of like being at the climbing gym and trying to solve a problem, only if I don't do this, I don't get to where I need to go. But I had a try, couldn't work out where my feet went, couldn't work out where my hands went. I feel like I must be missing something. Okay, I've worked out how I can get up without my backpack on, but with the backpack on, it just seems too hard. And I tried to lift my backpack up separately and I couldn't get it high enough and there wasn't enough space on the ledge. I'm gonna have to try again with the backpack, and I think now, having done it without, maybe it'll give me a bit more confidence to try and get up. I mean, even putting the backpack on is hard enough. Okay, I'm getting my foot off the ground, but I can't pull my body weight up. I'm gonna do it. I can do this. I can do this. Yes, come on. Yes, okay. A few scrapes on my knees, but we did it. I hope there's not more of that. That was quite mentally, physically, and emotionally taxing. Okay, I've reached a bit of a plateau, but I don't know if I'm at the top yet. And if the north taught me anything, it's never trust a summit. I just looked at the elevation chart and I did reach the highest point back there. I stopped and had a rest there. It was not very sheltered, quite windy, but then the next bit's all been on path and I haven't had to do any more scrambling, which, you know, the scrambling can be fun for a while, but it's really draining. So I'm glad for a path, and now I'm heading down for a descent. I'm getting all paranoid about flash floods. I checked before and there were no warnings for the area, but it can change so fast, and I have no internet at the moment, no signal, so I don't even know if I can keep tabs on it. Yeah, at the moment I wish I was hiking with someone else so I could share the kind of stresses of it and figuring out what's best to do. I'm sure it will be fine. Okay, there are so many flies in the desert, but I'm just intrigued by how these flies are all so focused on this little graze on my knee. What are they getting out of it? What is this? So I'm just going past the last settlement I believe I'll pass for the next 6 days if all goes to plan and I don't need to drop out because of flash flooding. But this is Niv Zohar, and it's a Dead Sea tourist town, but kind of more budget than I'm Bokek, where we were last night. They have guest houses and things, and I had planned to pop in for coffee or to a shop or just get my last little taste of civilization, but I just looked on Google and it doesn't look like it actually has any cafes or restaurants there. I could be wrong, but it's a bit off the trail and I'm not willing to wander there and risk it, so onwards I go. Managed to go really wrong. So I thought I was following the path, and I ended up on this motorway, and I was like, oh, I'm in the wrong place. I should have come out somewhere else. And I was walking back and forth along this really busy road, and I've worked out I was actually supposed to be on the underpass underneath the bridge that I was walking over. I don't know how I get there. I just looked at the map. I am really far from where I'm meant to be. I need to pay attention. I'm just not very good at this. No, I'm not gonna moan. I'll find it, I'll get there. It's just I really want to get to this night camp where the water's hidden and make sure I'm okay. I'm just laying on my backpack and I'm overwhelmed. It's only 1:30, there's plenty of daylight hours left, but I'm just not sure I'm going to get to the camp that I need to get to. I'm not sure about the flood warnings, but I'm just feeling very alone with all of this, and I just feel overwhelmed and just like I just want to stay here in the middle of a path, which I actually turned down and realised is again the wrong path, so I need to go back. I didn't go very far, but I'm making silly mistakes. I'm also simultaneously really grateful to be here, really grateful to be having these challenges and learning experiences, because it's all part of it, isn't it? But it's just hard. Okay, I'm on the right path, I'm going the right way. Let's try and keep it this way. I'm gonna get a wriggle on, get to the first campsite where I don't plan to stay, see if I think I have enough time to get to the next campsite when I get there, and then also check flood warnings again. Okay, this is a big canyon and we have these to climb across. The Israelis I camped with last night showed up, and it was nice to have that brief connection. They're way past me now, they're all loads faster. Oh, that was a controlled fall. But yeah, it's nice to know they're around and not too far. I mean, they'll get ahead quickly, but I was feeling very alone out here.
I was absolutely thrilled at this point to come across some ibexes, which are pretty prevalent in the desert.
I found out there are flash flood warnings for tonight for this area, and I'm really glad it was flagged up to me, because the Israelis I ran into were going to go to the camp I was going to go to, and they said they'd seen the warnings and I'd seen something different on the same website, and I think I just hadn't refreshed the page. But I'm really, really gutted, and there's flood warnings for tomorrow as well. I'm like on the verge of tears, because like this is the most exciting part of the adventure, and yeah, I'm gonna have to reassess and replan. I know that's part of adventure and I know that's okay, but I'm just feeling my feelings while they're here and letting them flow, because yeah, it's okay to go. This is just really not what I wanted. I wish I'd planned my trip more flexibly, because it is going to mean missing another chunk. I don't have the time to make it up, and also this section of the trail is much harder to join and leave and start again because it is so remote. So I'm going to have to sit down with maps, figure it all out, but I'm really, really disappointed. Okay, I have a new plan of action and I'm feeling a lot better about things. So the Israeli guys who I caught up with were going to spend the night and then the Shabbat in Dimona with a trail angel, but there wasn't space for me. And we all just hung out at the gas station figuring out what we were going to do with our lives. And then it turned out 2 guys are hiking tomorrow, but not on the Israel National Trail. There's another route that they're going to take that doesn't go through riverbeds, so it's okay with the flash flooding risk. So I am planning to do that. It does mean I'm behind on hiking. I should have been at the next camp. So this camp was about 3 kilometers on from where I stopped earlier. I was going to go another 7 kilometers beyond that and do a 20-kilometer day, but this has been much shorter. But I'll stay here, and then I'm going to really try and get out early and do a 30-kilometer day tomorrow, which would get me caught up to where I was supposed to be and where I had planned to be if this flash flood warning hadn't happened. There is a chance I won't be able to do that, and I'm going to really, really be careful because I don't want to be out here in the dark and taking risks. But there's another campsite where I was going to stay tonight that's in 12 kilometers. So that's an option if I feel like I can't make it for the full thing. But I'm really glad to still be hiking and to have found people and to have found an alternative route. I have to download another app to get the right route that is not the Israel National Trail, because the app I have now is purely the Israel National Trail and there's very little else on the map apart from like water points and things along the trail. But he's recommended Mappy, which is actually a European app, so things will be in English. And I have my paper maps as well. Don't know if I have exactly the right ones for this because the ones I have are in the Israel National Trail Red Book. But we have a campsite, we have a plan, and I'm feeling so much better. Okay, it's very much getting dark now, so I'm gonna close out this vlog. You can't even see me. But I'm gonna vlog again tomorrow because I've enjoyed doing this. I've decided I'm not gonna put my tent up tonight so I can get an early start and then hopefully get a 30-kilometer day in. And then I will be caught up to where I was meant to be before the flash flood warnings. We're gonna go an alternate route and it's gonna be okay. So thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos from the Israel series or my other videos, please subscribe to my channel, and please leave a comment down below asking any questions, comments. Let me know what you thought. Thank you for being here. Have a lovely day. Bye.